If you're paying a designer to make product demo videos, I need you to watch this video. I just made a fully animated product demo video with smooth transitions, live UI mockups, and everything was on brand using just Claude. And I did all of this in under an hour, just myself, only with prompts. There was no crazy design software, motion graphic skills, hard coding tasks. It was all using Claude Design. And in this video, we're going to cover exactly how I did it so you could do the same. Because this used to be a 3-person job, pay thousands of dollars, you had to find someone, manage them, pay them, go back and forth with them, and it was just a big effort to do this. And now Claude could help you do it, but I want to make sure you watch the end of the video because there are some things Claude cannot do and I would rather hire a designer to do. So there are pros and cons to this. I'm going to show you everything in this video. Let's get into it. All right, first off, what is Claude Design? Because it's not at all like Claude AI. First thing I want you to do is download the Claude desktop. Just look up Claude desktop and download it there. And then you will see something like this. Now, this is normal Claude. Go back and forth with Claude, ask questions, do all the things you want to do. Amazing. If you open up the sidebar here, you could see design all the way at the bottom. Boom, you're going to click it. It's going to open up an entire new window. And they just redesigned this. It looks really cool. This is their design suite. All right, so you have everything right here. You have making prototypes, slides, documents, wireframes, and animations, which we'll be covering in this video, or you can start with a blank project. All right, so it's essentially Claude, but for design purposes. You have your design systems, your templates, everything down here. Now, let me just walk you through a few things. These are your projects. So these are essentially like the equivalent of chats in your Claude. So in Claude, right, I have all of my chats right here, my recent chats. Same thing goes here. My projects are my recent projects, my recent designs is a better way of putting it. Next, I have my design systems. So a design system, and we'll create this in this video as an example, is essentially a system that is for your brand. So Attract AI is my company. This has everything about our colors, our logos, my preferences, our styles, our typography, like everything is in there about my company. So you can make one for your own business. So every single prototype and slide and document and wireframe, everything you generate is on brand. And then finally, you have your templates. So if there's something you use a lot, like a VSL deck, for example, for me, you can make that into a template. So you could use that template going forward, all right? Or if you want to figure all this out, you could just type it into Claude Design and it will tell you exactly what to do. Obviously, you could choose your templates in your design system, and then you could choose your model as well. So that is a brief overview of Claude Design because, again, it is not like Claude, two really different things. And for the animations, they actually output it in HTML and React. These are like coding languages. So actually, you can actually see it move on the screen, which is pretty cool. And although we're going to be covering like product demos and custom animations, you can build explainer sequences, walkthroughs, data visualization, charts, animations for editing videos. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do. So make sure you drop me a follow. I'll be covering every single thing, the prompts, breakdowns, end to end, because this is a powerful tool that a lot of people are honestly underutilizing. And also down below, if you want our prompt pack to start using Claude Design and start generating these animated videos, I will leave the prompts down below so you can pick them up and follow them along in this video. All right, now let's cover the 5-step workflow to actually use Claude Design to generate the animations. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is actually create your design system. So I'm going to walk you through this. I already have my design system here. Again, this is just a branding guide for Claude so it understands my brand. I'm going to create a new design and I'm going to create it with Claude Code. You could also connect it to Figma if you guys design on Figma. Some of the more advanced designers or people already have this done. It's going to create it with Claude Code, and this is what you're going to do. So you're going to head over to Claude, and again, design systems are right here. All design system is basically a branding pack. So once you have a design system, Claude understands your preferences, branding colors, logos, all those different things. Now, I'm gonna hit a new design here, and there's two ways to go about this. So you could either create this here using Figma, GitHub, or uploading slides and assets, or creating by using Claude Code. So if you guys are already using Claude Code, you could click on this, and then it'll walk you through instructions on how to basically import what you've done from Claude Code, all right? Now, this other way might be easier for a lot of you. It's going to essentially just prompt you with a bunch of different things, all right? So what is your company name? So let's just pretend we are Apple. Apple, and we sell technology like phones, tablets, and laptops. We have a sleek, modern design, and that's what we're going for. A lot of white space on our pages. All right, cool. Now, you can also put your GitHub in here. You go link code from your computer, add your Figma file, and this is what I would do here. So I would add all of my logos. I would have my Apple logos, my branding, my colors, my templates if we were going after Apple. You put everything in here, and then finally, I would also use this. Add other notes and add as much as you possibly can. Like add stuff about your logos, colors, preferences, fonts, use of bold, underlines, italics, white space, or not, like every detail you possibly can. You want to start there. And a really good thing, guys, if you're already using Claude and you're already doing designing with Claude and Claude Code, or you're just not using Claude Design properly and you're just doing it within here, you could just say, hey, Claude, I'm starting to use Claude Design. Could you output every single thing that you would think would be necessary for Claude Design to know? I'm going to create a new brand within Claude design system, and I want you to help me formulate that as accurately as possible. So you can use Claude to build out your Claude design. So you're going to type this in. It's going to give you back a bunch of different things. So let me just see what it does for me. It's going to give me back a bunch of different things. And then I'm just going to put that in here. So you don't have to do all these things. And then you hit continue generation after this is set up, and it'll set up your entire brand and design. So that's what I recommend doing. So you don't have to, especially as someone that's not a very artistic person, like I'm not a designer at heart. A lot of the stuff I would struggle to come up with. There's thousands of things I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. So if you're the same position, go to Claude, ask it, and it will come back and be like, okay, hey, put this, this, and this. You could also grab a quick screenshot like this, like, by the way, this is what the page looks like. I need to fill this out. Help me do this. All right. So pro tip, use AI to help you with AI. One of the best ways. Quality check everything. Make sure it's good. Make sure there's more details than not. Hit continue generation. A few more slides. You will have your design system with everything that you need. All right. Once you have your design system, it's no small thing. Like Claude gives you so much information. This is the design system for Attract AI, our business, our company. And you can see it has basically everything about the business, what we do, how I preferred dark mode for dashboards and light documents, the sources. So like these are the actual logos I gave it. It has everything. Look at all the things on the left: brand, logo, brand voice, colors, light versus dark. Like there's a lot in this document. So it's a packed document. So you want to make sure, again, you're making sure this is accurate, because everything you do, everything we're going to do is based on this. All right, so you've built your design system. I would also test your design system. So do something along the lines of like, create me a one slider that shows my design system in full effect. And then you go back and forth and just make sure that this design system is dialed in to what you want it to be. All right, now we're going to paste in a prompt. Now, the prompt is important because this is what's going to give the animation what you want. So I'm going to go and I'm just going to paste in this prompt. Build me an animated SaaS dashboard for a YouTube optimization tool similar to vidIQ. Show a circular video score gauge, blah, blah, blah. Right now, this is what I'm going to put in Claude. And I'm actually going to give it, just like a hack, give it a reference screenshot. Like Claude could see images, like abuse that. So I'm going to go to my vidIQ, and this is something I use, and I'm just going to screenshot this. Like, go back. I left a screenshot what vidIQ looks like, specifically the left, how everything's laid out. I don't need it to be as in detail as this platform, but take what you can to build the UI within the animation we'll be creating. Again, you're just explaining what's going on, right? This doesn't have to be perfect, but when you generate it, which I just hit generate, you can always go back and forth, all right? So that is step number 2, is paste your prompt and then add a reference, because it's going to cut back your iteration. More iteration is more tokens, more time for waiting, etc. Because what we're going to do next is just go back and forth, just like you'd be editing anything else using AI. Tell it what you like, tell it what you don't like, go back and forth with it until you get something that you actually like. So what it's going to do, I just hit enter. It's going to basically bring up its own chat and have the output on the right here. It's going to have the thinking on the left here. I recommend sometimes putting this effort at max. If it will burn through your tokens a little bit more, but that's something I recommend you do just to get somewhere a little bit quicker. And then again, you could do a bunch of different things. You can reference on the project. If you use Claude Code, you can link it to the desktop folders you have that you've been working in, design system skills, connectors as well, if you want to pull in like live data from any connectors. So a lot of different things. Again, in this video, I'm just going to be showing how to create the actual image and what I've seen to work best, or create the actual animation. There's a lot of different things that you can do that I'll be covering in my other videos. All right, so this generation took around 3.5 minutes, just to give you a reference there. And this is what it came up with. Let's let it play from the beginning. 2x2, boom, boom, boom. There we go. Now, again, this is not a dashboard. This is an animation. Our goal was to create a overview of the dashboard within the animation. All right, so you could see in a product demo video how this would pop up on the screen. Now, this would be a very small part of a product demo video, to be fair. For example, in a product demo video, it would be something along the lines of this, right? You got your like crazy hook sequence with like images coming across the screen. Then you got introducing like the problem. And again, if you're into design, you could easily pick this up. If you're into videography and these types of videos, then it'd be like a website, like product overview. Then it would be like clients using it, like social proof, right? And this would be like a product demo video. Now, we're solving just for this one right here. You could extrapolate this to solving anything you want. So this is just like one piece. And the easy thing is you could generate all of these pretty much at the same time and then stitch them all together later on. Or you could just do one long one if you want to. It's really up to you. You're only limited by your prompts and how much you're able to give feedback. So specifically when it comes to feedback, there's a few different ways. You can prompt down here. You can mark it up. So you could say, for example, what is the point of having this? You could add it as a comment, or you could send it to Claude and it'll change it. All right. Tweaks, same thing. You could just tweak it, and then you can see the whole thing if you really wanted to. So again, is it the most crazy, insane video? No. Did it take 3.5 minutes? Yes, right? And could you get something really easily out to clients? Yes. For a lot of you people, like this is a massive bottleneck, myself included. Like design was a huge bottleneck. It has to be perfect, it has to be this. The product's going to sell itself if it's good. Now, a hype video, it should be good, But if you just need to send an explainer video to a prospect or create a little animated demo for like a Twitter account that you're running and trying to show people how stuff works, this is really good. And this is with a fictitious product. If you have a real product and a real UI, give screenshots of it, put it in there, and it's much better. If you already have Figma going, if you already have GitHub, which is stuff I didn't show in this video, this gets 10 times better, right? So this is just what's possible in 3.5 minutes, right? Which is sort of my whole point here. And then again, you can probably click on this comment. You can resolve it, so you can go back and forth with Claude. I'll resolve it with Claude and basically say like, hey, why is this up here? What is the purpose of this? And then go from there. So you can see it's analyzing that comment right now, and that's sort of how you go about giving feedback. Mark it up, leave comments on it, and then Claude will just go ahead and do the rest. So it's refining the logic of like, okay, why is this there? Blah, blah, blah. And then we'll take them there. So that is going back and forth with it. That's really all it takes. Again, it all comes down to the prompting of this. That is the most important thing. So new version's ready. Once you have something, you're going to want to save that prompt and then reiterate it on it later. So I was correct. I was like, that doesn't really make sense. It was just a filler with no real purpose. So it removed it. You can see it's gone. So that is how to make these product demo videos. If you back out to Claude Design, again, this is like a project. So the YouTube optimization dashboard design we did 7 minutes ago, there it is. Right, so that's what it is. And you can pick it up, you collaborate on it, and that's really how easy it is to create demo videos that are animated using Claude. And this is like a 3 out of 10. I leave you guys this is 3 out of 10. If you add GitHub, especially if you guys already have Figma, if you add real products, ideally they're your products, right? You're like marketing your own stuff here. This will turn into like an 8 out of 10. Now, the one thing I wanted to mention, this is not going to beat a real video editor or real person that puts together product demos. It's not going to beat them in terms of output. It's going to beat them in terms of speed and efficiency. So you could pay probably 1 to 2K to get a real live demo going. It'd probably take 2 weeks, I would say, for like a design agency. And it's going to be better than this. It's going to be way better than this. But this took 3.5 minutes, and I could ship this tomorrow. And I can make 100 of these under my Claude Max plan and then ship this tomorrow and then see what works and then refine one, right? Or I could use this to send to a design editor. So use this as like, hey, this is what I imagine it looking like, blah, blah, blah. So you could save time and actually pay less to a real design agency. So there's a lot of different stuff that you could do here. And this is just scratching the surface. I just wanted to give you guys an overview of what's possible. And if you really wanted to, you could finish this elsewhere. So again, like you could, this is like one piece of an overarching product demo video. You can make 5 of these, download them all, throw them in CapCut, add music on top of it, put cutting in it, make transitions good. Claude's not trying to compete as a video editing software. That's not what it's trying to do. It's trying to compete as like a Gen AI tool with media, right? And that's what it's doing. So that is how to create product demo videos that are animated in 10 minutes. And the biggest thing is it removes the excuse, right? Like a lot of the people, and we do marketing for companies all the time. If you want to grow your social media using AI and get more leads, check us out down below or check my other videos. But a big excuse is like, oh, Shaz, I can't launch it. I don't have these product videos. Shaz, I don't have anything to show off how my product looks. You have no excuse. This took me 3.5 minutes. Go ahead and start posting stuff out there. It might not be the 100% quality, but if you're starting, you have to start. You have to do it, all right? And most founders skip demos because they're hard to make and they use it as cope and they use it to delay their stuff. No, you're just scared of launching. Launch it, use Claude Design, get some stuff out there, and then go from there. Because all you need to do is get your design system together, have a specific prompt going, give it to Claude Design, generate it, iterate it, and then you can finish it somewhere else, or you can pass it off to an editing team or proper design agency from there. And that's all I have for you guys. I would link if you want to follow me on Instagram or tag me anywhere else. I would love to see what you guys actually cook up. I'll be covering this much more in depth in future videos, so make sure you drop me a subscribe if you learned something new and found this helpful. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video right here. Talk to you soon.